Good morning. Actually, it's a little afternoon here. Good afternoon. I'm Thomas Buchanan, and I'm going to lose weight. Now, I don't have a lot of weight to lose because this is my fifth year of starting a water fasting and being on maintenance, flipping back and forth, but I'm up a few pounds. This year, 2025, my goal is to stay between the range of 190.0 and 199.9. Now, this actually, even though it's week one, it is day two of my water fast. It's not the first day. And I must be an overachiever. I blew myself away. I'll get into the numbers in a moment. But let me challenge you right now. Start your water fast now. Try water fasting. It works. It's cheap. You may say, well, Thomas, I don't have a lot of money. Water is still free. You can walk into any store and fill your glass full of water. Did you pig out over the holidays? Did you put on another 5, 10, 15, or maybe 20 pounds? Worse yet, is your health deteriorating because of the way you're eating? Get it under control. You will not be disappointed. So here's the entire water fast program. By the way, I don't have a Patreon page. I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to help you lose weight. So here's the entire program. For the first 7 calendar days, you are allowed no food, no coffee, no tea, no water, no nothing. Only starting on the 8th calendar day are you allowed 3 8 to 12 ounce glasses of water a day. That's it. You still get no food until you reach your goal weight. Well, what's my goal weight? It's different for everybody. Before you even start a water fast, have a weight in mind that you would like to reach. Now be reasonable. What is reasonable? Between you and I started 5 years ago at 315.0 pounds. Reasonable to me back then, I prayed to God that I would reach 299 point. If I could touch 299.9, that would be a miracle. And as you can see, I'm no spring chicken. I mean, I am now 69 years old. You can do this. It's not easy. So after you pick a goal weight, I want you to go through your refrigerator, your cupboards. I want you to throw out all of your cake, your cookies, your ice cream, your pizza, your potato chips. Potato chips are my kryptonite. I want you to throw out anything that's going to tempt you to cheat. Because if you take one bite, it's going to screw up your water fast. And it's important that you understand why. So I told you you get no food, no water, no drinks, nothing for the first 7 calendar days. Here's why. About day 4 to day 6, by not eating and drinking, you're going to force your body into a fancy term, they call it ketosis. Ketosis just means it's the body's way of waking up one day, either day 4, 5, or 6, and saying to itself, this idiot is not feeding me food. This person is not giving me water or liquids. I have to find something to burn for calories to keep this human alive. I think I'll start burning the fat around his or her waist, buttocks, and thighs and use that for fuel. That's it. That's ketosis. That's why when you tell people, well, I'm on a water fast, but I'm not allowed any liquids the first 7 calendar days, that's why they laugh and they say, well, you're just peeing out liquids your body has stored up. Now, indeed, they are correct. That's all you're doing the first 3, 4, maybe 5 days. The body has stored up a lot of liquids. You've shoved a lot of garbage in your mouth. I mean, come on now. We just went through Thanksgiving, Halloween, the office parties, the private, parties, relatives through. We went through Christmas Day. What'd you do New Year's? You drank. What'd you do New Year's Day? New Year's Eve? You ate. All right, we've got all that behind us. The other thing, after you clean out your cupboards, I would encourage you to do is to track your weight on a daily basis. Weigh yourself first thing when you get up, you're in your underwear, you look like hell, step on the scale, try and weigh yourself at the same time, wearing the same outfit every day. Me, I pop out of bed, I step on the scale, I weigh myself, I write it down. It's an encouragement to you. It shows you that this works. Enough said. I didn't ask you for money. I'm not selling you a book. I'm not selling you a CD. I'm not selling you prepackaged foods. I'm not selling you supplements. I'm not selling you anything. This is year 5 of either being on a water fast or being on maintenance. For 20, 26, 28 weeks, I was on maintenance. Because, see, that's the other thing. If you lose a lot of weight and you gain it all back plus more, you've just wasted a lot of your time and possibly money. I was on maintenance for 28 weeks. I bounced within a reasonable range. I had a viewer contact me, by the way, recently and said, the new year is almost here. I want you to go back to eating as much food as you want. I don't care what you eat, what quantity you eat, you're not going to gain a lot of weight. I went and did what the viewer said, and I basically went from 202.4 all the way up to 209.2. I mean, I threw caution to the wind. I didn't really care. And when you don't care, people, that's when you gain it all back. Join me on my journey. Day one, week one, I started at 209.2. This morning, I stepped on the scale. I even shocked myself between you and I. I weighed 205.3. I mean, that is almost a 4-pound weight loss. That is pretty cool for this Thursday, January the 2nd, 2025. By the way, Happy New Year. But 205.3 is not good enough. Because, see, I used to bounce around 198, 202. Sometimes I would go 198, 203. But for 2025, my goal for me is to stay within the 190.0 range on the low side and the 199.9 on the high side. I believe I can do that. And you're going to watch me succeed. You're going to watch me fail. And I sincerely hope that you join me. Start your own water fast. You know, I prove the old 69-year-old man wrong. I hear so many people say, I've tried Ideal Protein and Jenny Craig and Nutrisystem and yada, yada, yada. I tried Ozempic and, I lost weight on all of them. And then I went back to eating real food and I gained it all back plus more. You can't lose weight. I personally was told, look, your mama was obese. Your sisters are obese. Your brother is on the heavy side. You've got the fat gene. You're destined to be obese. Bullshit. You are what you're putting into your mouth. Watch what you're shoving in your mouth. There's heredity has nothing to do with it. I don't care how fat your mama was. I don't care how big your sisters are. On this channel, you're going to learn why you eat. You're going to learn to watch what you eat, the quantities you eat, when you eat, where you eat. It's all important. So that's why I took the viewer up on their challenge. And it's like, well, sure, for 2 or 3 days, I'll throw caution to the wind. I'll turn the clock back 5 years. I'll just eat anything I want at any time I want. And we'll see what happens. 209.2. Do you believe it? Wow. That's sad. Now, for me, I'm an acute diabetic, and let me explain what happened. I'm a Coke lover, not the drug, Coca-Cola, the soda. I mean, I did. I used to consume 4 4-liter bottles of soda a day. I mean, because certainly the government would step in uh, if the product wasn't safe. So I just assumed it was safe. And then people said, well, you're drinking too much Coca-Cola. And I said, well, okay, I'll switch to Diet Coke. Walked into my doctor's office and he gasped and he's like, you should either be dead or you should be in a coma with a blood sugar number that high. And he said that, by the way, there's an ambulance waiting for you outside. If you had a job, you no longer have a job. You're going to go visit a hospital for a few days. And that's when I learned about diabetes. And I mean, once you get diabetes, what most people don't realize is I don't care if you lose 50 pounds or 150 pounds, you've got diabetes for life. I mean, I'm still having problems with my right foot. I mean, diabetes doesn't go away just because you lose weight. However, I'll tell you, diabetes will improve your overall health. My blood pressure, which was extremely high, is now completely normal. My thyroid, which was causing all kinds of problems, I used to be on thyroid pills. I'm not anymore. You know, I'd like to think I'm improving the fatty liver disease. That's where you consume so much fat from so many foods that you just stuff fat in your face and your body doesn't know where to put the fat. So it takes some of that fat and it stuffs it into your liver. That's called fatty liver disease. It can't handle all of the fat. So a water fast cleanses the body. A water fast assists your body to operate more effectively. And if you follow me, and I encourage you to click the subscribe button and the like button and click the bell notification so you'll know when I update. But you'll hear me say on my channel many, many times, the 3 major enemies of losing weight is the consumption of too much salt, too much fat, and way too much sugar. I personally think sugar should be banned like heroin, and I'm not sure what other drugs are out there, but I think sugar is that dangerous. I think sugar is that addictive. Now, you know, I'm sure the sugar industry hates me, but I'm just speaking. Everything I tell you, I speak from experience. I've lived through, I've tried it, I've tested it. I didn't just read a book to gain the knowledge. So everything I tell you, I've done firsthand. I've made a lot of mistakes in trying to lose weight. And hopefully I can save you from making the same mistakes. That's why I created my channel. It's not glamorous. I don't have a fancy opening and a fancy closing. You know, I'm not out after 10 million viewers to like and subscribe. I only want you to subscribe to my channel if you woke up one day, hopefully today, and you drew a line in the sand and you said, "My God, I walked by a full-length mirror and I didn't even recognize myself. How in the name of God did I get that fat? How in the name of God did I get that obese?" I only want you to subscribe if you're really serious about losing weight. If you're just YouTube channel clicking, pass me by. Please don't waste my time. I don't want you to subscribe. But if today is the day, it's a new year, New Year's resolution to lose weight. I don't want you people to subscribe. I want those folks who woke up and said, "I may not be able to control where I work, my employment, uh, family issues. I may not be able to fix my car, but today is the day I'm going to do something about my weight." It's you that I want to hear from. It's you folks that I want to subscribe. So I'm down day 2, week 1. I am down to 205.3. Don't expect to lose 3, 4, 5 pounds a day. You're not going to do it. I tell people, even while water fasting, you can expect to lose an eighth to maybe a quarter pound each day. If you're lucky, you might lose a half pound, but that's it. I mean, this is very comforting to me, even to me, having been water fasting and on maintenance for 5 years, to see that I went crazy eating all kinds of garbage foods for 2 or 3 days. And my body said, "Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not going to keep that stuff in me." So I dropped from 209.2 back down to 205.3. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm proud of the way my body reacted to the garbage food that I ate. By the way, for you folks who are going to start your water fast, possibly tomorrow morning, do something that I failed to do 5 years ago when I started my water fast, my very first one. Hand your cell phone to your friend, your neighbor, your spouse. Turn sideways, stand there in your underwear, or your bra and your underwear, and have your spouse take a fat picture, I call it. A sideways picture of you the way you look right now, because that's the old you. That's the way you look now, but you're never going to look that way again. And if by chance I haven't encouraged you enough, let me say 5 years ago, my very first water fast, when I was at 315.0 pounds, I had a waist of 56 inches. Let me say that again. My waist was 56 inches wide. At 205.3, which is my weight today, my waist is smaller today than when I graduated high school 50 years ago this year. My waist today is 38 inches. It's not easy. It's not fun. You're going to hate me your first week to 10 days. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to be low energy. I personally thought I was going to pass out once or twice. I was so weak. But you know, I sucked it up and I made it through it. Best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did. I mean, I don't even take a baby aspirin. I used to take thyroid pills, not anymore. High blood pressure pills, not anymore. I would inject myself with insulin 3 times a day. The whole needle in the thigh thing, not anymore. Used to be on metformin, not anymore. Again, I don't even take a baby aspirin. You can do this. We can do this together. So my goal, when I started out at 209.2, my goal is to lose 15 pounds. That would put me right in the middle of 190 to 199. That's my goal. So I've got what, 15 pounds to lose, give or take a pound. So see, when I say I don't have a lot to lose, I don't. I mean, I've already lost from 315 down to 205.3. And now I just want to get below 200 and stay below 200. You know, I've got someone that watches this channel. I mean, God love him. He's got more courage and drive than I would. He not only is started his water fast, he's also given up smoking at the same time. I mean, because I couldn't do that. I mean, I don't smoke, but I know how addictive cigarettes are. My mom and dad were chain smokers, so I couldn't do that. I just could not do that. I take my hat off to him though, and he knows that. And while I started at 315.0, he started his water fast at north of 450. I mean, I can't even relate to how weighing 450 pounds or more feels. We've got this, folks. We're going to do this. We're going to do this in 2025, and we're going to keep it off. So hang with me. I try and update Monday through Friday. I'm not always successful, but click the bell notification so that you'll be notified when I've updated. Keep your New Year's resolution. Lose weight. Do it today. And I will see you tomorrow.